14th. It's Saturday. Just got up, waiting for the coffee to brew. Got a good show for you today. We're going to do it again in the vertical live, I guess is what they call it. And I got all my stuff here. Welcome, DJ Wonder Chrissy, Land Cruiser Midwest. We're going to talk about migrants and Chicago crime today. We're going to do a little bit different here. I'm not going to show you videos. I'm going to play videos. So you got to listen. You got to listen with your ears today. So the first one is, let me get it ready here. Brandon came up with some of these. So they're trying to address crime in Chicago. The big thing in Chicago is the thugs drive around in stolen cars. This actually happened to a Vietnam veteran who was a delivery pizza guy, 81 years old. He's out delivering pizzas. Kind of a sad story that society's devolved into this. Guy's out doing, out delivering pizza, loves his job, and they mug him in the middle. I guess the middle of it wasn't dark, or it doesn't sound like, but this is what society has devolved into. So let's listen to this ABC report about an 81-year-old veteran pizza delivery man attacked and carjacked and sucker punched on the northwest side of Chicago. That's the good neighborhoods of Chicago.
81-year-old Ernie Imony was crossing this northwest side street after delivering a pizza when he says a man walked up from behind, and the next thing he knew, he was on the ground.
They said, give me the keys, and they sucker punched me from the behind, hit me in the face. I was afraid for my life.
So Ernie did not fight back. He stayed face down on the street and listened as they took off in his car. Hours later, state police were able to spot the car, a 2015 Hyundai Santa Fe, on the expressway. But after a short chase, it crashed, leaving major damage. They arrested one teenage suspect and are still looking for others. Ernie has delivered pizza for Joe's on Higgins for the last 40 years.
He's like family to us. He's seen me grow up from very young. He worked for my dad.
Ernie's very special to us. Always has been.
Many customers, in fact, request Ernie to deliver their pizza. He's also a Vietnam veteran, so when word got out about the carjacking, many in the community have offered to help.
He's like a local legend. He's loyal to Joe's for 40 years, served our country, and he deserves our support in his time of need.
It could have been a lot worse. He couldn't come home. He wouldn't have came home that day. I don't know what I would have done without him.
I got a daughter and a son. I got to live for them.
An experience like this would be enough to convince a lot of people to simply quit their job. Not Ernie, however. He says as soon as he gets a car again, he plans to come right back here and continue delivering pizzas.
Watch breaking news on YouTube.
So there you go. Kudos to Ernie. I don't know if you saw, there was like an 81-year-old lady in New York City that was going to church, and some thugs, 16-year-old thug, came up as she was walking up the stairs of this church, and he came up behind her and ran in front of her and pushed her down the stairs. And then as she lay, I don't know if she hit her head or anything. They didn't show the whole event, but it looks like she could have hit her head on the sidewalk. And he's rifling through her purse and taking her money and her keys, and ended up stealing her car. They caught the kid. The lady's in critical condition in the hospital, but this is in the middle of the day. I think this is like a Sunday or Saturday. She's walking into church early in the morning. Unbelievable what's happening out there, folks. Keep your head on a swivel. I keep telling you that. You have to do that because there's a lot of weirdness going on. There's a lot of weirdness out there that you don't see. I'm just here to tell you there's weirdness. Let's talk about the migrants specifically. Some of this crime is not necessarily related to the migrants, but I'm hearing that the migrants are mimicking this now. They don't have boomsticks or anything like that, but yeah, that's a boomstick. They don't have boomsticks, but they're using lead pipes and brass knuckles and trying to do the same thing, just driving around in a car looking for victims late late at night, walking by themselves or who are unprepared. They all jump out of the car, surround the victim, take their phone, take their money, and off they go. And they'll do like, multiple, they'll do like 5, 6, 7, 10 of those robberies in a matter of 2 hours. And that's how they just plague on neighborhoods. So getting weird, folks. Not a good time to be in Chicago. We got a report here where Brandon has asked for $70 million more this year for the migrants. So, and the aldermen are kind of perplexed. They're like, well, more money. We keep. When does it stop? Right? There's a alder person here that says, when does this stop? When are we done with this? According to this report, we have 10,000 illegals, border buddies, newcomers in the shelter system of Chicago, and they're expecting more for the summer, right? We've been talking about that off and on, that Governor Abbott, he's sending more. The DNC is going to happen in the middle of August this year here in downtown Chicago, August. And you're going to see buses come streaming to Chicago. If there's any migrants in Texas that want to come to Chicago, he's sending them. He may even fly them in. You never know. So let's listen to that here. Let me get it ready for you.
Well, the city initially allocated 150.
Beautiful Casey Cronus again. She has a beautiful voice, guys. Love her voice.
$1 million for the migrant mission this year alone, but now Mayor Johnson is asking for an additional $70 million. This week, council members tell us they were briefed by various department leaders on the request and the current status of the new arrivals mission. In a statement, the mayor's office says the money would be used to care for the 10,000 migrants living in the city's shelter system, with a population increase expected this summer. Alderman Nicholas Sposato, who represents the 38th Ward, tells us the report explaining the request was more than 40 pages long, but council members were not provided with a copy for further review. On Monday, the Budget Committee, which Sposato is a member of, will take it up for a vote.
Now it's another 70 million. When does this end? Is it going to be 3 months from now? It's another 100 million. And I've said this in the past. When does this end? When is this going to stop? I mean, we can't keep doing this to the taxpayers. The disheartening thing is we're not taking anything home to look over, to study, to investigate. It was basically, this is all based off of a 1-hour briefing.
City officials tell us they have continued to ask for more federal funding. And just today, the Department of Homeland Security announced $300 million in grants for communities that are supporting migrants. It is unclear at this point just how much of that money will be sent to Chicago. Reporting live at City Hall, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
Developing tonight, Mayor Brandon Johnson speaking today about his plans for migrants.
So there you go. Sounds like the feds are going to send another $130 million to various places. I'm sure Chicago going to be on their knees praying for that. Not me. Keep them out of my neighborhood. We reported yesterday that the rich people in Wilmette, yes, Wilmette, Illinois, North Shore, Chicago, over by Glenview, over by Northbrook, over by Skokie, have taken some in. Wilmette is a very upscale, rich, liberal enclave on the North Shore. I guess they did send, so they've been getting some buses lately, I guess. For whatever reason, Governor Abbott's sending the buses to Wilmette because I guess they don't have an ordinance on not allowing buses. So they've been taking the buses in. They've been putting some up in their churches. The other ones they've been sending to the landing zone in downtown Chicago, but they're very kind-hearted people there, right? We talked about this yesterday. This is the type of community where there's a lot of people that have those signs that says hate does not live here. Maybe should change that to please come on in, knock on my door. You can live in my garage. That would be a great new sign for a community like that. Just saying, if you're that liberal, why don't you just open your doors and let them in? Have a party, have a cookout, have a barbecue. The weather's going to be 65 degrees here today in Chicago. I wonder if any of those people in Wilmette are having a barbecue today. I doubt it. Yeah. Isn't that funny? There you go, guys. DJ Wonder Chrissy here talking about the migrants. That was our update for today. We still have 10,000 migrants. They still have measles. They still have TB. Not a lot of video on the news about, here we got a measles case confirmed in DuPage County. First case since 2009. Wonder how that happened. There you go. NBC5 Chicago's reporting that. But yeah, there's not a lot of video about the migrants downtown Chicago because I think they've been quarantined to the shelters for the most part. 10,000 waiting to find housing, waiting for job permits. We're getting to the point now where weather's getting nice. We're going to see these migrants interact with the public now. And it's not going to be good. I got a feeling there's going to be some tensions in the city of Chicago. And at some point, we're going to have a boiling over point. I don't blame those people down there. But there again, they voted for this. The citizens of Chicago voted for this. So you be careful what you vote for, folks. That's the message from DJ today. Be careful what you vote for because you may end up with a situation like this where all your tax dollars are being robbed from you and sent somewhere else where you don't want it to go. All right. I'm done for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the Migrant Mayhem show. Doing vertical live here. So hopefully we get this out to the masses. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Land Cruiser Midwest, Migrant Mayhem, DJ Wonder Chrissy. Thank you.